position because Nunes was just too early as he crossed to Haaland to tap it over the line. City had another opportunity when Haaland whipped it across the face of the goal and out, and trying to pick out Marmoush. Chelsea have had one or two cross balls into the area, but on the whole it's not been a game littered with chances. So at half-time it is Chelsea 0, City 0. Well, it's been one of those halves that reminds me a little bit of the Carabao Cup final against Arsenal back in March. And then, of course, City took the game to Arsenal even more dramatically that day and scored 2 quick goals and lifted the trophy come full time. Well, we wouldn't mind a repeat of that this afternoon. The fact is, City have had 6 attempts, 2 of them on target. Their expected goals is 0.44. They've had 60% possession of the ball. Chelsea with no attempts on target, no big chances. And of course the offside goal that City put in through Haaland. So plenty of positives to reflect upon in that first half. City certainly in long periods of that game seemed in control, but I guess they were in control for long periods of the game against Crystal Palace last season. But then that counter-attack goal from Eze took the cup to South London. Well, earlier today we already knew that City's women's team were already the WSL champions. Well, they enjoyed themselves really by winning today, just adding even more layers of beautiful icing to the cake. And Liam was there to soak in the whole atmosphere on City's party day.
The result matters little. The stories matter more in this game. Manchester City are going to lift the WSL title in a few moments' time. Bunny Shaw with 2 to take her past 20 for the season, and Laura Coombs signs off with the parting shot. Her goal, Manchester City's 4th, but on her final WSL appearance, Laura Coombs bows out in style. Bunny Shaw ends her season in pure style as well with 2 fine goals. Andre Jeglert's the man who has guided Manchester City to a first WSL title in a decade, wanted a professional performance, and he got that. West Ham might have had Manchester City briefly worried in the second half, but it has finished here. West Ham United 1, Manchester City 4.
Welcome back to Matchday Live. We are pitchside at Wembley. It is half-time in the FA Cup final, and it's currently Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. I'm still joined by Steph Houghton, by Michael Speedy Brown, who has run all the way down from the commentary box.
I'll tell you, it wasn't quick. I just had to walk. I got a few elbows on.
But you made
You're dishing a few out as well, apparently.
I've got a few targets. when I'm going back up there. One of them just gave me an elbow, so I don't know where he is.
Oh, yeah.
I'll serve it a little bit later when he's not expecting it.
I've actually been on the receiving end of one of them in a charity game.
Oh, I was about to say, what did you do?
No, nothing. I was just trying. Well, I knocked it past him.
You just existed.
I left him alone.
And Arkell is here as well. So it is 0-0 at half-time. Of course, you will remember what instantly comes to mind for me is the game we had against Chelsea in the league not too long ago, where it was similar at half-time, and then we very much kicked into gear in the second half. But Steph, what have you made of that live?
Yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea came into the game towards the end of that first half, but I think from a starting point of view from City, we were in full control. I think Chelsea really struggled to get the ball off us, which is what we generally do at the start of games, and I think we can be a little bit tighter in the final third. I think we are getting there, but I just think that final ball, that final connection's not happening. But look, there's a long way to go in this game, and we've got so much quality that can potentially come off the bench and and potentially finish the game for us.
Do you think we have to speed it up a little bit? Do you know, like, because the longer this goes on, I'm going against a Chelsea team, and you're sort of going, right, they'll grow in confidence and believe that they're not too far away.
They were doing in that
They
first
were doing
half,
a little bit,
yeah.
They've countered a couple of times quite well, haven't they? But I just feel like the next step, we've got to get Doku and Semenyo, the 1v1s, as early as we possibly can.
Yeah, and I think Chelsea, the last 10 minutes, are going to grow confidence because they've been able to get into City's box. They've maybe caused a bit of confusion in midfield, but I think you can see Pep's on the sideline, not really happy with a few things. So it's always going to be tough against Chelsea because they've got great players. But I think for us, I think Brownie's right. If we can speed up and get those players isolated quicker, I think we can really go and kind of punish this team.
I wondered as well, Mike, obviously, started with Marmoush, as we spoke about before, struggled to kind of get him in the game with Haaland, obviously getting the 1v1s, but how else do you think we can bring them into?
I think as well is he's going off the shoulder, isn't he? He's always looking to get across on the last defender.
Yeah.
I think the next one for him is say, right, I'll face up, I'm going to drop that way. Yeah. They are going man for man, they're going really tight because they put that back five in. So it's difficult to find the slots. But if you watch the one that we almost got away with, was the one with Rodri.
Yeah.
So it's just another run. So whether he drops in, it'll create someone to come tight with him. It might be one round the corner. He needs to get on it a little bit more, doesn't he? But he had that chance where he tried to flick it, Mamouche, and it just didn't work for him.
Obviously, Rodri's just come back from injury, though. So what have you made of him straight back into the team, Steph?
Yeah, I think, look, when he's had the ball, he's done what he normally would do. But I think the more that Chelsea are transitioning, it's going to be a little bit harder for him because physically he's been out for a few weeks, and you can see the likes of Kovacic, Reinders warming up, Cherky, Foden. So there's a potential, but I only think that's only because he hasn't played for a while. So you need to get into the game, and I think for what he's done okay.
Obviously, as well, Chelsea have had a threat. We were saying to Steph there, I think Mark Gay's been classed at the back and Kusanov as well. I thought they've been really, really solid, Michael.
Do you know what, Joe Pedro, have you seen how quick he travels the ground? So the ball's bouncing, and actually as a centre-half, you're like that going, oh no, where is he? Because he runs across like that both ways, and you can't see exactly where he is, but Kusanov, a really good challenge there as he come across at the back, just to see it looked like, well, is it going to be a foul? But he used his body, got in there. So it's a nice little blend, the two of them, but it's just one of those, isn't it? It's like risk to reward now, how much you start to go forward with. We've seen Nunes get forward, Nico's done it a couple of times, but we've just got to take a little bit more risk. Bernardo's dropping in to try and make us tick to get on the ball, but just that next step. Erling got his opportunity, didn't he? But it's a shame.
Yeah. And obviously mentioned the Chelsea game in the league where we came out in the second half and upped a gear, but also we saw here in the Carabao Cup final as well in the game against Arsenal, as soon as we came out in the second half we seemed to step it up. So I actually feel quite comfortable right now, Brownie.
It depends what they're being fed at half-time. Feed information. All the analysts, all the people, your coaching staff, your support network, and even players who we've seen how well City travel if the player's not playing. It might be Josko Vardiol, everyone as a team, as a collective, just little 1%ers, and that's it now. Generally, I think we're good at half-time. We're good to make the changes.
Yeah, and I do feel as well, obviously, when you look at who we have got on the bench, I mean, you mentioned there, obviously, Reinders and Kovacic, but Cherky and Phil Foden, after that performance as well, I do feel maybe could unpick the defence there.
Yeah, I mean, that was what happened the last time we played Chelsea. I think Cherky changed his role a little bit, and he was able to make the pass for Mark Gay, who scored at Stamford Bridge. But look, when you've got a manager like Pep, whatever he's going to tell them, it's going to make a difference because he sees things on the pitch that we probably haven't seen, and we're so high up watching, and you can tell he's giving them instructions. But look, I think we have been in control this first half, but I think we have another kind of gear to go into.
Yeah, we've been in control and dominated the possession as we often do. It feels like to me that the game is waiting to burst into life.
Yeah. Are you surprised at how well Chelsea did do growing into that game, given their form in the Premier League? I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I
was surprised how defensive they were.
Yeah.
Do you know for how long? And even seeing some of the even on some of the breakouts, like Reece James has had it, yet then he could have played right. And I'm going like, there's a 1v1 there a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's gone back and then it's gone circular. Then they've tried to force one, but that they've got some good players. I keep saying it, so they will come forward. We've got to take full control quickly. Cucurella's on a yellow card.
Yeah.
So
Enzo,
I'm saying, here we go. Keep pushing the ball to Antoine Semenyo. But we've got the changes, we've got the players, the personnel to be able to make a big difference quite quickly. But I don't think we need to be in too much of a rush to throw out what you've already planned.
So there's a big second half coming to see, will the men be lifting a trophy today? But across town, the women have already done that. Congratulations to our women's team, who of course won the WSL. Let's have a look at the moment they lifted the trophy. Steph, I wish that we could have split ourselves in two today and we could have been there and here.
I even just seeing them pictures got a little bit of goosebumps, and just, you know what it is, like, them are the best moments of your career when you're winning trophies and you're lifting them with your mates. And like, even Laura Coombs retiring, I think, to be able to get a goal today and to lift the league trophy, honestly, I'm so made up. And I did wish that we could have been there and come here, but look, to see them pictures, we'll party with them tomorrow.
It doesn't get boring, that, does it? Enjoy it, right? Fantastic.
Never in a million years.
Absolutely brilliant.
Right, Brownie, I'm going to let you go because you've got some elbows to throw on the way back.
I've got a few to catch out. We might have some surprising news as well.
Oh, we do?
Are we seeing a substitution?
Oh, are we? Have you seen something over my shoulder?
I think Pep's heard you.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Pep. Yeah, I had a word during that first half. About time now. Rayan Cherki is warming up on the pitch. You can see the shots there. He is, he's stripped off. Like,
he's ready to go.
He's what?
He's stripped off.
It's Wembley, of course.
Brownie, leave. Go.
Thanks, bye.
There'll be no commentary if you don't run now. Someone watch him as he goes up. I'm worried that he's going to get in a fight or something. Rayan Cherki coming on in the second half, though. Exciting.
I'm wondering who he's going to be. I don't know if do we know who he's for yet? But
I think Mamouche, to be honest. I think it's a position that he normally generally plays near Haaland, and that's where he's excelled. So for me, I think it would be a no-brainer to take Mamouche off and to keep Semenyo and Doko on.
Wow. For what everyone just wondered there, we have earpieces in, and it went very loud there all of a sudden. My goodness!
Sorry, I was screeching in our ears. It wasn't my shouting when City scored a goal.
We were very calm there, though.
I'm not sure we were very calm at all, were we? But I think we are making the presumption that Rayan Cherki is coming on. Of course, we don't know that. It is given the fact that he is stripped off and he is warming up on the pitch. But we can see, there you go, that the teams are heading back out. So any changes, Alistair Mann will immediately let you know. Now, hopefully Michael Brown has made it all the way back up there into the press box. Big second half coming up, Blues. 45 minutes, will we be seeing another Manchester City team lift a trophy today? We're going to give you the second half commentary with Alistair Mann, and hopefully he's made it back unscathed with Michael Brown.